Hello, welcome to Movie Musters. Review of Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2, Maintain the Family Bond. Grey's Anatomy's episode was quiet and unassuming. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2 had a ton of entertaining minor details, but not enough to advance the plot beyond Simone and Lucas's growth. However, as we cruise into larger themes, the hour was mostly just vibey. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2, Interns Gazing Up. Above all, we enjoyed spending time with the interns and laughing at their silly antics, which perfectly encapsulate the nostalgic spirit of Grey's from the past. We had a great time watching the interns, who are really entertaining, and this hour mostly allowed us to do so without any problems. Tall and alert, Owen appears in Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2. Bailey's role as the intern's mentor and leader allowed us to witness her true nature. But as the hour went on, it became clear that she occasionally needed to adjust to a new herd of young doctors and the times. Helm, unlike your class, mine didn't make a mistake. When Winston was blunt with her during surgery, it usually didn't go well. My entire body was itching to punch the man for speaking out of turn. However, it's because you don't tamper with Miranda Bailey or the custom of her pulling off some of her most well-known one-liners and shaming interns in the manner that is most recognizable to us. Grey's Anatomy. Bailey returns to action, Season 20 Episode 2. But the show has made a special effort to make this generation of interns seem the closest to the originals while still showing how different they are when the manner they are taught differs. Winston was correct that the interns needed to actually experience working in the OR in order to learn anything, as annoying as it was that he was so open. The strangest but real medical cases from Grey's Anatomy. It was a drawback of the way they mentored earlier classes, and it's also a more reasonable request than before. We observed what transpired during the COVID-19 pandemic's peak when medical professionals, nurses, and other first responders of all stripes had to act swiftly and occasionally rush to the front lines. Grey's Anatomy. Babies and Baseball, Season 20 Episode 2. In certain situations, it's not impossible for this to become the norm. Thus, it's preferable to have interns who are well trained to carry out procedures and execute things than not to have them. And it's clear that this group of interns is very talented, even though Sam's situation was terrible. Bailey confided in Ben Warren at the end of the hour, which was a beautiful moment because Ben Warren almost always wins Husband of the Year in the Grey's television series. He consistently understands how to help Bailey and knows just what to say to her. He also has a unique ability to connect with her. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2, Sweet Day with Prue. It's good that she admitted how much she had changed. Of course she had. She's spent decades doing this. It is true, though, that despite her changes, she will still be defeated by these interns. It improves her capacity to instruct and mentor them. You have indeed changed, but in a positive way. Warren, Permalink, you have indeed changed, but in a positive way. In fact, it makes her even more adept at it. And since she brings with her the lessons learned from her internship and all the highs and lows of coaching others, she is well equipped to help these new doctors navigate it all. Some of the brightest brains in medicine were mentored by Miranda Bailey. She ought to treat her own name with some dignity. I agree to receive targeted advertisements and emails. Grey's Anatomy. Happy Days with Prue, Season 20 Episode 2. She's lovely in that she's willing to own up to her mistakes and make necessary corrections, as evidenced by her introspective behavior following Blue in action. Mika is usually the intern that stands out the most and shines the brightest, projecting herself as the group's most capable and resilient member. She usually doesn't let her personal life get in the way of her work too much. She has a lot of potential for greatness and is clever, kind. Quan, though, is a close second. He can be a bit of a dark horse at times, as the others can become blinded by his attitude, haughtiness, and mannerisms, making it difficult for them to recognize his many talents. Quan is tall, focused, and a part of Grey's Anatomy's Season 20 premiere. Although he can be a pain at times, he works amazingly well with some patients, and those closest to them when it counts most. He also took Bailey's advice to avoid putting procedures ahead of patients. Lucas, is this what you really want? Simone, I'd like to get well. Is something wrong? Lucas, I also want mine. However, perhaps we ought to speak. Permalink, I'd like his as well. However, perhaps we ought to speak. He turned his sympathy and understanding toward John Doe, the man holding all the money, and, more significantly, toward the child's parents. It was quite moving how he helped them make sense of everything that had happened and offered to take them to see their son. There were occasions when the other interns stood out as well. Relaxing. Interns on Grey's Anatomy. Teddy Altman was moved to tears by Yasuda's skill, which was really funny. And being the go-between for Owen and Teddy wasn't easy for her. However, her tact was observed, and it was helpful in certain respects. In any case, the unique friendship she's formed with Teddy is adorable, and it would be good to see more of that dynamic in the future. Jules wasn't interested in dealing with the wacky softball family, so she revealed how deeply ingrained her family issues are. Tall patient being examined, Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2. Who knew, though, that correcting them would be enough to win her their MVP award? Jules calling it her baby and finishing it off was adorable, and not a single installment goes by that she doesn't feel like Izzy Stevens. Regretfully, Lumon was the only intern to experience difficulties in this edition, and that was because of their interpersonal and professional connections. It wasn't the best of times when Lucas got caught on cash duty and misplaced the bag of money. Basic Procedures, Episode 2 of Season 20 of Grey's Anatomy. Furthermore, Simone was consumed with guilt the entire day for hurting a patient she disclosed was HIV positive. At the conclusion of the hour, Simone admitted to herself and Lucas that she wasn't in the best of health, and I'm very happy about it. Simone, I steer clear of harsh reality. When they are staring me in the face, I stay away from them. I took off from Baltimore. I ran from you, from my wedding, from everything with Sam. And I believe the reason is that I'm too afraid to acknowledge that this is not the proper moment for us. I'm falling asleep, I'm not sleeping, and causing harm to others. I have to prioritize myself since I'm injuring myself. My career must come first. Lucas, since when have you not? Jolink, when did you not do so? She wasn't treating him fairly when she tried to start a sexual relationship just to feel good. She's been avoiding the conversation, preferring to exploit him instead of talking about their relationship and what they were doing. It was all true what Simone stated about running away from the difficult talks. First ever Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 1, Love and Conflict. She should also give herself a break and concentrate on her work rather than rushing into a new romance. She's obviously not in the best frame of mind for anything, much less a good relationship, at the moment. However, Lucas was spot on when he called her out as well. He's been completely enamored with her, but she hasn't shown him the slightest indication of the same. See also, Good Grief, Station 19 Season 7 Episode 2 Review. Simone can't seem to find out how to love Lucas without hurting him, and it feels like Lucas loves her until it aches. As much as I adore their chemistry, this pairing, and everything else about them right now, they're not ready for one another yet. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 1, Scared Simone. Lucas should have the impression that Simone values and appreciates him equally, that she doesn't take him and his love for her for granted, and that she doesn't exploit him for her own selfish ends. Before going after the guy she likes, Simone deserves to get her act together, work through her issues, and take some time to heal. We ought to have realized Lumon was too hot to take in for an extended period of time. It's awful that Angst City exists. Jolink Coffee Dates, Episode 2 of Season 20 of Grey's Anatomy. However, Jolink and I are having a great time together, and it seems like every second they spend together, their love grows stronger. I'm here for any and all Jolink content, and the trio of Joe, Link, and Amelia working on the pregnant woman was surprisingly amazing. Joe, he mentioned us to you. Amelia, he was not required to. In any case, we're already family. Jolink, he was spared. In any case, we're already family. She could tell they were dating because of everything from an adorable domestic scenario involving an Amelia donut turning into a Jolink thing. Although Amelia was giving Joe advice with the best of intentions. Because of Amelia's previous relationship with Link and the fact that Joe has actually known the man for a longer period of time, it seemed a little strange. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 2, Joe with Cup of Joe. It's strange that for the past 2 installments, Amelia Shepherd has been the go-between for her ex-partners and their current relationships. However, this is also Grey's Anatomy, where everyone is related to one another in some manner and things are pretty incestuous. Joe appeared to be touched by Amelia's statement and respected it. And by the end of the hour, Amelia had taken a shine to Winston. Despite their rivalry and the conflict they've already had, she does regard him as family, even though she hated him for Maggie's departure. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 1, Amelia Helps. It was sweet in an Amelia-esque manner that she asked him to hang out with her and acknowledged that he's essentially all that's left of her now that everyone else had left. It was also cute to see Winston roll with the punches. Winston, Amelia, my feline companion is mine. Winston, is this conversation with me? Amelia, I long for my kin. Meredith is missed. Maggie is missed. Kai is missed. I own a cat, then. Jolink, I long for my kin. Meredith is missed. Maggie is missed. Kai is missed. I own a cat. All in all, it was a rather quiet hour, although the case did highlight some noteworthy work on the subtle destigmatization of HIV. A gay guy, particularly one who is of color, finds it hard to accept that prognosis without feeling as though he is facing certain death or that it will negatively affect his quality of life. Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 1, In the Clear. Heartbreaking and yet all too genuine was Dante's denial about the situation. The fact that he would sooner deny its feasibility than confront his fear of what it would entail felt exactly in line with his character. However, this is due to the fact that there is still a great deal of misinformation regarding the illness, and it has a terrible past that continues to loom large over people today. See also, Bailey reveals her 5 rules at the Grey's Anatomy Round Table. Thankfully, Levy handled this with professionalism and support. He was able to talk to Dante on a number of levels and assist him in realizing that this does not mean that his life ends. And, most importantly, Dante never stopped making out with Levy. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.